My topic of talk today is bonds of kinship, ties in family and blood relatives. Why I have chosen this topic? Because to me, when I went through all the hadiths and other things about this topic, it appears in Islam there is an extraordinary importance to this aspect. And the second reason why I just talked about 15 minutes of talk on this topic is that this topic is not commonly discussed in Muslim groups. So there are a lot of ignorance about this. And I'm pretty sure at the end of this talk, you will get a clear message about the teaching of Islam with reference to bonds of kinship. And I'm pretty sure you will get the message and you will be the propagator. You will disperse this knowledge to all the Muslim brothers, and that will be a very good task to do to gain Allah's mercy. Now let me begin with a story. Nice little story. There was a young man and he went to attend a gathering, a teaching session like we have here. And he sat down in that gathering, but he could not attend the class. He has to leave. Why? Why he could not attend the teaching session? Why he had to leave? What was the problem? The problem was here. The teaching session was done by Sayyidina Abu Huraira, Rezaur. And when Abu Huraira came to give his teaching session about hadith, he said, anybody in the gathering who has broken ties with the family, can you stand up and leave? That young man thought, oh, I've got an auntie living in the same town and I don't have speaking relation terms with her. So he said, no, I should stand up and leave. So he left. And leaving that gathering, he straight away went to that auntie's house. The auntie was surprised to see him and said, why you are here? He said, I have come to ask forgiveness and I want to build up our broken relationship. The auntie said, why? What has made a change in your heart? He then narrated the whole story. And that auntie forgave him, but asked to do one thing. What was that thing? He asked that young man, the auntie asked that young man, when you next time meet Sayyidina Abu Huraira, ask him a question from me. What's that? What was the question she requested to be asked? Why he left so many aspects of major sins in Islam and then focused on this bonds of kinship, ties of religion. Why he gave so much importance that he made you to get out. So when that young man next time met Abu Huraira and asked the same question, Abu Huraira replied, said, I have heard our Prophet ﷺ has said that the good deeds of the Muslims are presented to Allah on Thursday night. Every Thursday nights, the good deeds performed by the believers are presented to us, to Allah. And if you have got broken or severed relationship with any family members, your good deeds are not presented to the Allah, and it is sent back to the Allah. So it would be no good you doing all those things to please us, Allah, to have mercy of Allah. It won't reach Him. And it was a Thursday night when I was teaching that day, and I was fearing that if there is anybody in the gathering who has got this broken ties, bad relation with the families, due to that person, the blessing of Allah won't be on this gathering. So I asked to. I was fearing that Allah might not shower His blessing on this gathering. That is why I asked to leave those. And in another hadith, which is in Shu'aib al-Iman, written by Dr. Bukhari Sharif, Abu Bukhari, was that he just explained this further. He said, the Allah's mercy will not descend on the people among whom there is a person who has severed, broken ties with the family. If there is one person in this gathering who has broken the ties with blood relatives, Allah won't expect all others, He won't shower mercy on that. So, dear Muslim brothers, you see the importance of this bonds of kinship. Islam has paid extraordinary importance to it. And reverse-wise, if good relationship with the families and blood relatives, in Arabic it's called Silatur Rahim. And the converse, if you break ties, it's called Qatat ur Rahim. And reverse, Qatatul Rahim, if you break ties, don't have good relationship, if you discontinue relationship with your family members, it is regarded as one of the most wicked acts a believer can do. And in two places, Allah has clearly sent this message. And I want those message to be clear among us. By the time we leave this, it should be clear. The first one is in Surah Al-Ra'd, chapter 13, verse number 25. And it says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالَّذِينَ يُنْفِذُونَ أَحَدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مِيثَاقِهِ وَيَقُولُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهِ بِهِ إِنَّ يُؤْسَلْ وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ اللَّعْنَةُ وَلَهُمْ سُورُ الدَّارِ. The English translation of this is, and those men who break the approval and sanction of Allah after its ratification, after it has been agreed, and sever that Allah has commanded to be joined. This means they break the bonds of kinship and are not in good terms with their relatives and work mischief in the land. On them is the curse. And for those there is unhappy homes, that means hell. So if we break our relationship, the bonds of kinship, the Allah will have curse on us. And it's said clearly that our place will be in hell, and in this world also we will be in an unhappy home. Now, a cursed person is one who is deprived of mercy of Allah. Who is a cursed person? A cursed person is that